Hello and thank you for joining me. Right, so in the last video you've probably seen the fact that I have killed the Brushless SG116. This is the chassis of the 116, which was the brushed one I had originally. You can probably see already I've already changed the shockers to something a little bit stiffer because they're very weak. I'm going to put the internals of the 316 into the 116. I think the reason why the back end of this has snapped is actually the spoiler. The spoiler on this is really stiff, whereas the spoiler on this is really flexible. And that's put a lot more strain on the actual body, and hence it's snapped the back end of the body mount. Whereas that's a lot more flexible. So let's swap the internals round. I don't know what I'm going to do with drive shafts or diffs or anything like that. As you can see, I've already took the internals out of the brushed version because that was in readiness to put a brushless kit on it, but I might as well just put the brushless kit out the dead one on it because I can't see myself being able to repair that properly. So let's crack on with it. Right, so I've got a selection of tools to do the job. And I think the first thing I need to do is take this big red bracing off. So that gives me access to the 3 screws for the steering servo. There, and there. And it also gives me access to all 3 screws for the ESC and receiver. So that's a little steering box took off. It just sort of clamps underneath a little plastic bracket. So I put the black bracket back on, put the screws back where they came from, so I'm not leaving screws out anywhere. I think next I'm going to take the ESC out of its holder. So that's the ESC now free. But I can't really move anything at all until the motor's out, so the motor needs to come out next. That's all come out as one piece now. Just need to unplug the front light. So there's the motor, ESC and steering box. Looks like it's got a larger pinion gear than the brushed version, so I might need to see what I can do in terms of swapping them around. So I brought the body of the 116 over now to offer up the ESC motor and steering box. So I'm going to have to change the arm for the steering. That'll just come off easily enough. I think the motor and everything should go in, because it does look like it's the same platform. The metal brace bar is exactly the same as well. So it looks like a lot of the parts of these are interchangeable. I just don't know about the differentials on this one. I think they're plastic diffs, but then we are only running 2S, so I don't think it'll be too much of a bother for it. If it does blow up, I can just strip it down and change the diffs on the other one, or I'll have a look at changing the diffs today. I don't really know. I have done a few mods to this chassis already, which the main one being stiffer shockers, and then the next one being is metal drive shafts. I realise you're probably not seeing a huge amount of this. So I've either created an absolute beast or I've balled something up because it's very loud. That's better. Just put a bit of bit of lubrication in it and altered the height of the pinion and the motor mount there, and it's now a lot brighter. So I'm currently on with changing the front sort of hub carriers. The ones I took out didn't have any bearings in there on the shafts. Wherever the shafts have gone, I don't actually know where they've gone, but that's the drive shaft out of the newer one, which I'm putting into the old one. There's the other one on the metal shafts, which I replaced. They actually didn't have the inner bearing. Obviously the hubs have got the outer bearing on them as well. I'm having to swap the steering arm over because it's got a different style fitting at the other end. It's got a little nylon bush inside of that. So there's the replacement arm ready to fit on this side. So we're going from plastic steering knuckles to metal. So in the process of turning the rear hubs to metal. There's plastic on that side, if you can see. So following the conversion from brushed to brushless, I've come out in the car to a bit of a gravelled area to where I'm going to give the new conversion a bit of a spin, a bit of a shakedown, see if there's any teething problems, and we'll go from there. Don't tell me I've killed it again. There's a definite problem there. I don't know if it's the ESC I've killed by going through that big puddle, or something else is wrong with it. So I keep killing this thing and resurrecting it, but I don't know how many more times I'm going to resurrect it, but it's beginning to be dead more than it is alive. I'm back at the skate parky area. So I've got the new beast and the repaired beast with me. So I'm going to have a bit of a bash around in the car park and just generally over this over the field area here. So I'm going to start off with the little car, I think, just to see if that's up and running properly, and then we'll move on to the 4S beast. I think that's got a lot more pep in it than it had before. The Lancaster bomber out as well. Not something most of you will see every day. Well, we see it fairly frequently in sunny Lincolnshire. So bearing in mind this little thing's only running on 2S at the minute, it will even wheelie on grass. That's nuts. So with 2S ZLL 116 or 316 hybrid, or I shall affectionately know as Frankenstein, lives to bash another day. I think it's time to get this 4S beast out. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what I do, give it a like, consider subscribing. There's going to be more of that sort of stuff in the future. So I shall look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye bye.